Hello and welcome to the 30th episode of Williams Whiteboard. As I always do, I'd like to just take a quick moment just to say thank you to all of you that have come by, liked, commented, and shared. I really appreciate the shares, so thank you all so very much. So on today's 30th episode, I want to talk about the concept of counting your kicks. Yes, stay with me on this one. The concept of counting your kicks. So last week I had put what I thought was a very simple post on LinkedIn. Very meaningful, but very simple. And it received a lot of feedback. I mean, tons of comments, over 12,000 views, and tons of likes. So I really appreciated the engagement. And it was about the concept or the event of me moving from contracting officer or former contracting officer signing on the right-hand side of the cover page to now government contractor signing on the left-hand side. Very meaningful, but I was just surprised at the engagement. It was really surprising for me, so I'm really appreciative of that. And the question that many people asked about kind of behind the scenes was, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? How can I do it? I want to learn. How'd you do it? And what came to mind to me was the concept of focus. So I went online to go and see what the latest research is on focus, because I really think that was the secret sauce for me. It's like staying to what I know, focus. And I ran across a quote from Bruce Lee. And his quote says, "I fear not the man that has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I do fear the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times." That was a powerful quote. I had never heard that before from a standpoint of focus, okay? Being about the business that you've decided to be in. So on today's episode, I'm going to talk about focus and counting your kicks. So let's talk about this. Counting your kicks. Okay? Now, let's do a recap. Fear not the person that has 10,000 kicks, but practiced once. Okay? No fear. Fear the person that has one kick and has practiced 10,000 times. Okay. That's the premise. And that this fear comes from a concept of focused. Okay, focus. From a standpoint of doing the thing, deciding the thing that you're going to be good at, and doing that over and over again. Okay, so I'm going to give you three strategies that I believe will help in you counting your kicks and getting this equation right. Instead of learning 10,000 kicks and practicing them once, learning one kick or maybe two and practicing them 10,000 times. So, number one, focus your focus. Okay? Whatever you're going to use your time, attention, and energy on, focus that on the thing that you say is important to you. Focus your focus. I'm sure many of you have heard the saying, where your focus goes, your energy flows. Okay, so where you decide to put your focus, that's very important, because your energy should go to the thing you say is important. So focus your focus. Number two, invest in your kicks. Okay. Whatever you decide the one kick is, do the thinking, the knowledge transfer, the sharing, the learning, okay, the coaching, whatever it is, To get good at that, invest in your kick. Okay? Whatever that is. It doesn't matter what the thing is. There is someone that has likely done it before you. And then as a result of that, there is probably a community around those people that have done it before you that can help. There is education, training, coaching that is available for you to invest in to speed up the acceleration of you getting your practice 10,000 kicks. Okay? And number 3. Think about next over other. Okay? When it's time to shift to the next kick, okay? When we're saying focus on the kick you have, do that one very, very well. But when there's opportunity to think about the next kick, I wouldn't think about it as next instead of another. Okay, what's coming next in the progression of your business, of your career, of your agency, whatever's happening next, do next instead of another. Okay, another exists already. Next might not exist. So when it's time and you believe, I have mastered, I've done my 10,000 practices, and it's time to lean into the next thing, think about it truly as next. Let's elevate the thinking, elevate the execution, elevate the kick, dream a new kick in lieu of picking up another one that already exists. This is Williams Whiteboard, and this is the concept of counting your kicks. When it's time to be focused, stick to your knitting. Whether you're in an agency, you're in a business by yourself, whether you're in a government contractor situation or an organization, count your kicks. Take an inventory of how many things you think you're trying to do well. And I would encourage you to shrink those down and then repetition. Get good at one kick, 1 or 2 kicks. Get really good at that instead of trying to be everything to everybody. My grandma used to say, stick to your knitting. Whatever you're doing, commit to that and stick to it. Again, Williams Whiteboard. Give me some thoughts, some comments on this concept of counting your kicks. I'd love to hear if you have any other thoughts. As I always say, thank you for your time and attention. And whenever you have a problem and you don't know what to do, grab a whiteboard and a set of markers and get after it. All the best. Be well.